The actual title of this film, which was released in 1979, is The Castle of Lupin the Third, The Castle of Cagliostro. So that's the title. In Japanese, it's Rupan Sensei Karyo Sutoro no Shiro. That is a Japanese title. It's a Japanese action adventure comedy, animation or anime, and it's directed by Hayao Miyazaki, who is a famous anime director and also one of the co-founders of the famous studio Ghibli. And this studio was founded later by him and several of his colleagues later on in his career. This is actually the second Lupin the Third film, and it's Lupin the Third is the main character, and he is the master thief, and it's from the manga or comic created by Monkey Punch, who is a manga artist and illustrator, and his real name is Kazuhiko Kato, and he's also known as Monkey Punch. So yeah, this film is Miyazaki's feature film debut, and he had worked as an animator at Toei Animation, and Toei Animation was actually responsible for titles such as Fist of the North Star 1986, and Toei the company, they distributed Miyazaki's next animated film, which was Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind in 1984. So they also did the distribution of that film as well, which is Miyazaki's next film. And I'll be doing a review of that title soon on this channel. Miyazaki also worked at a company called Telecom Animation Film. During his prior to doing this film, he had done several television shows, including Lupin the Third Part 1, and I believe he worked on the Lupin the Third Part 2 as well. So it's basically a Japanese animated or anime television series, and it's based on the same manga of Lupin the Third. So it's a television series rather than a film, and it's based on the same character, Lupin the Third. And this film, Castle of Cagliostro 1979, it was produced by TMS Entertainment, and TMS Entertainment is also known as Tokyo Movie Shinsha Company Limited. And it's one of the most it's a well-known anime studio, and it was established on the 22nd of October 1946, and it's one of the most oldest and well-known anime studios in Japan. The screenplay for this film was done by Hayao Miyazaki and Haruya Yamazaki. It was produced by Tetsuyo Katayama. The cinematography was done by Hirokata Takashi, and the film was edited by Matsutoshi Tsurubuchi. The music was done by Yuji Ono, and the film was released on the 15th of December 1979, and it was distributed by a company called Toho. The production budget for the film at that time was 500 million yen, which is US 2 million. In terms of exact figures, the exact US dollars figures for the production was 2,282,000, which is equivalent to 9 million US in 2021. And at the box office at that time, it got 3.8 million at the box office. And the production of this film, the production budget, surpassed the budget of Space Battleship Yamato, which was made in 1977. And this film also had the largest budget for a Japanese animated film at that time. And Miyazaki also created another film later on called Laputa's Castle in the Sky in 1986, and that matched this film's budget, and that was eventually surpassed by another anime or animated film called Royal Space Force: The Wings of Honiamis in 1987. So that had a bigger budget, and it surpassed the budget of both those films, Laputa's Castle in the Sky and also this film. So the main character of the film is Lupin III, who is a master thief, and he is aided by the sidekicks Daisuke Jigen, who is a marksman and also his best friend, and Goemon Ishikawa, a Japanese samurai, and he wears samurai clothing and carries a samurai sword. There's also Fujiko Mine, a female thief, who serves as Lupin's love interest. And another interesting character is Chief Inspector Koichi Zanagata, who is a police inspector, and he is after Lupin. So the story starts with Lupin the Third and Jigen is one of his sidekicks. They're robbing a large amount of money from Monte Carlo Casino, and they're getting away with their money. And while they're getting away with the money, Lupin realizes that the money is counterfeit, and they decide to dump the money. Then they try to track down the source of the counterfeit money. Because of this, they visit the fictional small country of, I believe it's fictional, I don't think this country called Cagliostro exists. I believe it's a fictional country. It's a small country meant to be located in somewhere in Europe, and it's meant to be ruled by the powerful Cagliostro family. So the name of the country is Cagliostro, meant to be based somewhere in Europe and ruled by the powerful Cagliostro family. These anime television series were mentioned in this video: Lupin the Third Part 1, 1971, and Lupin the Third Part 2, 1977. These anime films were mentioned in this video: Space Battleship Yamato 1977, Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind 1984, Fist of the North Star 1986, Laputa Castle in the Sky 1986, Royal Space Force: The Wings of Honiamis 1987, Porco Rosso 1992, Howl's Moving Castle 2004, and The Wind Rises 2013.